everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we have a very special episode because we have a very special guest, and I'd like to introduce you to my partner Matt, who will come into shot now.
G'day.
So he's going to come and talk about a topic that I don't know much about, but I definitely enjoy the product of it, and that is kombucha. So I guess the first thing people want to know is, what is this? What is kombucha?
Okay, well, kombucha is a drink, and it's the liquid part here, and it's fermented sugary tea, and it's fermented by the SCOBY, which is spelled S-C-O-B-Y, and it's an acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
So you said it's a fermentation of sugary tea, so why is it good for you?
There's lots of health claims. However, the main reason that we make it and drink it is because it tastes delicious.
Mm-hmm. And we've actually swapped it out. So instead of having wine, we have this overnight. Not too much, but I find I like the taste of this better, and it doesn't have the same preservatives that wine has as well.
That's right. It has no preservatives at all.
Mm-hmm. So what equipment do we actually need to make kombucha?
Okay, for starters, we need a SCOBY. So here we have one from a previous batch of kombucha. You could also use a bottle of raw kombucha. Secondly, we need a new fermenting vessel. In this case, we have another 2-litre mason jar. As it's fermented tea, we need some tea.
Black or green?
Definitely black, and if you like, you can add some green, white, or red tea. We need a lid for our mason jar. Mm-hmm. In this case, we've got paper towel, so it can allow the carbon dioxide to breathe, so it won't explode, and a lucky band to secure it. We need some sugar to ferment. And lastly, we need a bottle, so when we're finished, we can store it in that bottle. In this case, we have a lovely Grolsch bottle.
It's pretty.
You can either store it in a pressure vessel like this, and it will build up pressure and be carbonated, or in a normal container with a lid that breathes. And lastly, a funnel to save the mess.
Yep. So really you don't need much at all.
Very simple.
So now we know what we need. Now how do we do it?
Okay, well, we'll clear the bench here. To start with, we need our jar. We're just going to make tea basically. If you can grab me 1 tea bag of black tea and 1 of green. For every litre, we want 2 tea bags, 1/4 cup of sugar, and then make that up to 1 litre with hot water.
So 1 and 2 green?
So 1 green, 1 black.
Excellent. Just clarifying.
Normally I just pull the tab off.
Okay, take it off.
1/4 cup of sugar.
There you go. Is that all of that?
Yep, so that's 1/4 cup to every litre.
It's okay.
And some hot water. Now the beauty of the mason jars is they have measurements on the side, either in cups or in litres. So we're just going to make that up to 1 litre. And okay, so once we've added the hot water, we can just give that a quick stir, just to make sure all that sugar's dissolved. And we leave that overnight to cool. So once your tea has cooled overnight, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the tea here, and we're going to add that to our SCOBY, and simply all we're going to do is take the lids off. We're just going to add the tea to that SCOBY. Now, it is essential to keep some kombucha in that jar. If you don't have kombucha, and just a SCOBY by itself, add some vinegar. Make sure you don't get any mold in there. If you get mold, throw it away. And now we get our paper towel, highly elaborate lid, with our lucky band.
Let me help you.
Over the top.
There you have it.
And we leave that for about 7 to 10 days to ferment. You'll know it's fermenting well. You'll start to, and you can see here the SCOBY's sunk. A new SCOBY will start forming. If you just leave it and don't move it, you'll see this very thin layer start to form and get thicker and thicker and less opaque and more white and creamy colour. You can smell the vinegar smell.
You can smell it already as well.
You'll probably find vinegar flies flying around it.
So at the end of the 7 to 10 days, it should look something like this.
So here's a good example. You can see the multiple layers of generations.
Looks very morbid.
And another example is one here. You can see this one's a bit turbid from being moved around. This one's nice and clear. That's what it'll normally look like after your 7 to 10 days.
So it separates.
All the yeast sediment falls to the bottom. Yep. As you can see on the bottom here is the mother, the old culture. Here they've all stayed on top, but that's fine if they sink.
The mother, the old culture.
Yep.
So I really want to drink this tea here, but I don't think it's quite ready. What do we do now? Okay, so now we're on to the bottling stage. This is pretty simple. We're just going to pour it into a bottle with a funnel. Make sure your bottle's nice and clean. If you've used detergent, make sure you give it a really, really good rinse, because the detergent can harm the bacteria and yeast in there, and then you won't get that secondary fermentation. You won't get the nice bubbles, which are really good. But basically, if you want to put the funnel in there, we take our lid off. Now, there's two ways to do this. One is to remove the SCOBY with a little bit of kombucha for your next batch. It's going to be messy. But all we're going to do here is actually just pour that out. If we can get some out. There we go. Oh, there it goes. Oop. If you put the lid on that bottle, give it another, maybe another week, and it'll build up pressure and you'll get those bubbles in it, which makes it a really nice, effervescent drink. And that's it. Yummy! So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and it's a little bit of insight to how lucky I am to have someone who knows about all this stuff and actually allows me to learn more and more. So if you did like it, make sure you subscribe below and head on over to my Facebook page to say good day and leave any comments as well. If you do have any questions at all, please feel free to comment below, and Matt will be watching these comments and I'm sure he'll be happy to help you out with any questions you have. So cheers, and thank you for helping me. No worries. Cheers. Cheers. Yay! My darling bearded man. His name is Matt. It rhymes with bat. But he's not a rat. Definitely not a cat. That's fine.